Good morning. Right, what I like about these going up at night things is you don't see the view, so I'm not entirely sure what it's going to be like. Now the wind's picked up a bit, so we'll have a look outside, eh? See what we got. Not bad at all, eh? Right, okay, so that wasn't a bad night really. The rain stopped at about 12, so I had a fairly uninterrupted night. It's 8 o'clock now. I had a good, really good sleep actually. Really calm, and yeah, quite a flat place where I'm at. So I'm going to get packed up, get everything sorted, and then yeah, we'll get the tent down. Just thinking the amount of faff that you have in winter time compared to summer. You've got all your stuff to dry off. You've got to pack twice as much stuff. Quite funny, and you can see why some people don't like doing winter camps. But I like the challenge of it, and you get more time in the tent as well. You know, there's like, well, you're in it from, you could be in it from 3 o'clock till late, you know, and the weather's bad, so you can't even go outside in the dark. So yeah, kind of stuck in your tent for a good period of time. But if you bring things like tablets along with you, and if you've got a good signal, you can make it work. That's the sleeping bag packed away. And get in here. Let's see if I can do this. See if I can film the struggle of me getting this thing down. Right, so the struggle of getting this massive wide sleeping mat in my bag in a Hilleberg Solo. Right, let it flat. I'm trying not to get it wet as well, you know, touching outside. It's a bit easy with this door open. Right, it's even worse in the Enan. Turn this round. Oh. I'm going to try and get it in thirds to try and get it into the bag itself, which I never find I can do. So what I do is I do it in half, or roughly in half. See, with the Thermarest I can roll it up in halves, and then it's fine. Right, and sort of wedge myself in the tent to try and sort of keep it straight. Plane sounds close. So it's not too much of a struggle if you do it like that. If you try and do it in thirds, it's really hard. Is sort it out when I get back home. Yeah, that's enough. It keeps it tight enough for me. And then you just wedge it in your bag. Right, I'm going to start putting things in my bag now. The sleeping bag I wedge at the bottom. And with these bags, they've got like a little strap that you can just see there, and that holds your sleeping bag down. So it's almost like it's inbuilt compression sack. Shove that down the back side of it or the front side, whichever one fits. Got my pillow. That's the Filo Elite, Nemo Filo Elite. They're the Montbell slippers that I've got, like down slippers kind of thing. Got my food, an Nalgene bottle, chucked on the side. And then my sleeping mat. Try and wedge down this other side here. Cooking pot, wherever it's at. And I kind of put my sort of bits that you can't compress sort of down like that. So there's the down sleeping bag holder, or whatever you want to call it, and everything's just kind of wedged in there. I'm just charging the camera up because I forgot my spare batteries. So all this, now this is where it becomes a bit of a nightmare, because the zip for my electronics for the top part is on the other side. So you've got to spin the bag round and then get everything in. Right, that'll do. Right, do I keep my down jacket on? That is the question. Yeah, there's a fair bit of wind chill out there, so get these pants on. Didn't bring any gloves with me, and it is a bit of a wind chill out there. Hopefully the rain stays off. Okay, right. That's me all packed away. I'll get my shoes on and we'll have a look outside properly, eh? Right. There we go. Bit of a tent check. See where I pitched. So you can see these pegs are not, I mean they're quite long pegs, but they're not in that well, but the ground was quite stiff anyway, so and as you can see they were fine. So look at that, eh? That's where I pitched. Not bad at all. You can just see the top of Bass Lake and Dodwood as well. So I'm actually below the summit of Dodwood. So Whitestones is all the way up there, and I'm kind of glad I didn't bother, because yeah, we've got some low cloud coming in. Look at this, just coming over the hills, and it looks like we're about sort of same level as Latrigg. Like I say, below Dodwood there are some lower clouds, but I think we should be all right for packing the tent down. You can see the clouds coming in there. Right, well this tent's starting to catch the wind now. I've got this door open, so I will get all my stuff out and then we'll get the tent down. Right, time to get this thing down. I'm going to hold my bag. Wind's picking up a bit, so we're going to have to be a bit careful about how we take this down. Again, another good thing about this tent, albeit faffy, when it's windy like this, you can drop it out of the wind, get it lower so there's less wind resistance on it. Get these loose pegs out. Right, we'll keep them. Oh, we only need one in really, don't we, to stop the tent from blowing away. Put them down there. Right, so we'll keep that one peg in. So it's not terribly windy, but it's windy enough to stress a tent. And if you're careful enough, you can take one side out, lift it up, and then thread the other one out of the other pocket. You can take this guy away now. Still got the 6 pegs in holding the tent down. I wish there was a quick way of doing this. There we go. Just the poles in. Figure out which way the wind's going. So the wind's pushing this way, so these 3 pegs are probably the last ones I should take out. Stop it flapping everywhere. I'll try and stop it flapping everywhere. Right, yeah, so I can take that out. Yeah, that's the one. So now we're down to uncontrolled tent. Try and keep it as low as possible. Fold it in. I try and roll it as tight as I can. Not worrying about length. Get it into here. There's my peg bag. As you can see, I don't use the Hilleberg bag. I like to use a compression sack for the tent. I don't store it like this, but I do actually keep it in my bag like this. It just means you can get the size of this tent down and it fits crossways. What I mean by crossways is when I'm putting it in here, it will fit in that way like that. So it fits in nicely in the top there. Down this side here, it should fit in nicely there. Down there, get this thing strapped up, packed away, and that's it. We're all packed away. So that is where we were. Again, leave no trace. These must have been done in summertime, these burn marks, and they're still there. These are just from, looks like portable barbecues or something, but it just shows you, you know, I've been there, cooked meals and everything, and yeah, you could hardly tell. Right, so this is the way we came up. These were the stones that I was saying. Like I say, White Stones is up higher up there. And that's the no-name mountain that I will eventually go over to find. I think it's something like Carl's Dam or something. I'm going to head off down this way now. Take one last look at where we were. Oh, let's go this way here for a second. I was looking, this is where the wall was, where I put my sat-nav to. Obviously it's a defunct wall now. I just wanted to have a little look to see if there was any place to camp here. In summertime, definitely not. But yeah, I think I've bagged the only one. Only just though. I think you'd struggle with a 2-person tent. Maybe get a 1.5 tent. Maybe that's what I need. But yeah, you could go back onto this a little bit, but I think that's pretty much all you can get on here. You could maybe get someone there as well, but you're going to be close quarters. It's quite slippy down here. Oh, maybe should have brought my boots. I think this is the steepest section really. That's not. You know what? Apart from the weather, I think that was quite a nice little spot. Probably one of the better ones actually that I've been to. Someone did ask me what my favourite spot was, and I couldn't tell them. Every spot has its difference. Different views, different circumstances, weather-wise. I've been up to Blueberry Fell, and I've been fighting off midges, and it's been gorgeous weather. And I've also camped up there, went up there in the dark, in the snow. Again, different. I've also been up there and lost a glove, which you'll probably all know now. The glove was found. I actually gained a bit of interest. A few people were messaging me or asking me about that glove. I'll have to do a show and tell what the gloves, once I've tried them anyway. Yeah, so we're about the same height as Latrig now. I was looking at another camp somewhere, but you can't see all this in the dark, which shows even the fells. It's harder in the dark to find or to look around to find a place, so it's always good to have a nice bright torch, head torch. You can get away with walking, sort of 50 to 100 lumens, but you're not going to see much. It's going to be hard to navigate. I always say as well, go for the brightest torch you can get. You don't have to run it on a full whack, and when you're using it, because it will have a bigger battery, it'll probably last longer as well. So this was the other part I was thinking could possibly camp on, but again, it's right on the path. I mean, you'd be pitching on the path. People have to walk around you, but again, this is another quiet one. So yeah, the wind's picking up, and I can see this sort of weather band. I mean, it's almost sitting. Well, it's going north, So Bleaberry Fell over there and Pike, which is just above Waller. They're both in cloud, whereas Causey Pike, it's quite high. That's got no cloud on it. So if I'd chosen one valley over, I'd be in the cloud already. But I think there's a full weather front coming. You can see it coming up Borrowdale there, just coming up. But look, there's a little bit of sun. I think we're going to have about 5 seconds of that, and then all this is starting to come in. And if you can just see, there's an island just about there, and that's actually got a house on it where a couple live, and I believe they're subscribers as well. So a shout out to the couple on the island. It's yeah, I think the last video I did, which I thought was no good, actually got a lot of traction, and that's the one before the glove now. I'm filming this now and I haven't put the glove video out, so I'm not even sure how that'll do. It's only kind of local talk, you know, friends of mine are asking about the glove, so I'm not sure if that video will get as much traction, to be honest. Last one was a winter camp and it had snow. That sort of thing gets a bit more traction when it's weather like this. But as you can see, all the snow is gone. In fact, I think it only lasted a couple of days after I had been up there, and then the snow had gone. Doesn't take long to melt sometimes. It takes a real sort of heavy load of snow for it to actually stay for some good time. And yeah, we do get more lasting snow in kind of January, February time, leading into March as well. I've even seen snow in like sort of top end of April up Skidder. But yeah, it melts really quickly this time of year. Right, we've just come down that steep grassy bank and coming over to the little viewpoint where I first came up yesterday. Possibly another, you know, sort of camping place. I would have to camp on the bracken at the back there. Yeah, so I could have got on here actually. And yeah, this is how low down we are. You can now see the end when I was coming up here in the dark. It's so much different, sort of trying to work out the height that you're at without looking at anything. But yeah, we are quite low down now. We're about the same height as Skidder Car Park. So that's what, you know, this sort of height is where you start off climbing Skidder. That's why I didn't want to get too far, because of the wind. Right, we're just down that little slippy rocky section. Wasn't too bad. And now we're on to the 15 zigzags. Should we count them? Right, coming up to the first one. It's number 2, number 3, and that is number 4. We're getting a little bit longer, a little bit wider now. Number 5, number 6. We've got a bit of an erosion fence to stop people trying to take shortcuts. Number 7, number 8, number 9, number 10. You can see where people have been coming down, straight down there. Number 11, number 12, number 13, number 14, and last but not least, number 15. And there we go, 15 zigs and zags. So during the dark going up there, I was counting them purely because I wanted to know how far off I was, just to get in my mind so I know when to look at the map again. You know, you don't have to look at it all the time, and sometimes it's good to just do that as practice, just remembering features when you're walking along. Even if you're not, if you know where you're going, or if you're not looking at the map, just remember standout features, not sheep because they move, but fences and styles and things like that, you know, or just you know, looking at the lay of the land, if you can see it. Obviously at night it's different. This sheep's quite inquisitive, isn't it? You can guarantee if you walk up to it, it'll walk away. Yeah, there you go, one step and it's gone. Yeah, remembering features and stuff like that, it's quite handy thing to do, just out of practice for if and when you do get lost. You know, simple things like this chicken wire, or whatever you want to call it. This fencing here is different to this point, and again, no style, or you know, just if you remember little features. I wonder if that sheep has got through here. Just looking at the wool on here, I'm just wondering if it's decided to climb through. I can't see any other sheep anyway, but here's a classic water bottle. Not far, I mean, car park's down there and there's a water bottle here, so maybe that's fallen out of someone's bag. But we'll take that. Right, got that water bottle that I'll take off. So just having a chat to that walker up there. He's pretty keen going up. Stomping pretty hard up there. We're nearly down now anyway, so this is the way I came up. Obviously in the dark you're not going to see any of this. There's a little gate there. I'm interested to see what it is. Quite a warning path down there. I think that goes off to some water treatment or some waterworks there. This gate looks like it hasn't been used for a long time. There's a waterfall down there. This looks like it could be private land. There's a wall down the bottom there. I wonder if this has been an ancient pool that people used to go and bathe in or something, or it could be something to do with the water treatment stuff. Anyway, yeah, look at this. See, you can see it's if it has been used. I mean, obviously all this bracken in the way, it's certainly not used that often. You can see I camped up just on the top of there, really, where it levels off and it goes along, and then you've got Calside Dam there, and then the lonely sheep, it's still hanging around, must like people. Right, that was another one setting off in the dark. I'm never too sure whether them videos do well or not. They haven't done enough for them to get traction on anything. You can't see as much with the views and everything. Harder to sort of wonder what you do with them sort of videos. Right, this is coming down to the gate and the fence that I said was private. This, in the dark, this was really spooky actually. Well, that was really an eventful camp. Didn't get up to quite where I wanted to, but found that little spot, and I'm quite glad I got it actually. An easy off in the morning as well. But yeah, no, it was lovely. Really nice camp, and we got some surprise views actually in the morning. I quite like doing that, going up in the dark, not being able to see the views and then waking up and getting something that you know, gives you a bit of a surprise. You should maybe try it further afield. This is the idea of doing these ones locally to the mountains, I know, so we can if I go further afield, I've got the nav skills, and hopefully I find a camping spot. Right, this has been Lost in the Lakes, and we'll see you in the next one.